Hi, I'm Tanya, and this is the Midnight Creek. We are taking you to a place where history doesn't just whisper, it screams. Imagine, if you will, a beautiful yet eerily silent valley in Devon, England. Tucked away amongst ancient trees stands the crumbling silhouette of Bury Pomeroy Castle. From the outside, it's just a ruin, right? But oh, it's so much more than that. This isn't just a place of historical significance, it's a hotbed of paranormal activity, consistently dubbed one of England's most haunted locations. If you like our content, please subscribe.
It really is, Tanya. And what's fascinating is that it's a Tudor mansion built within the walls of an even older fortress. So you've got layers upon layers of history, and it feels like each one has left its own indelible mark, or spirit, if you believe the legends.
I've heard about Barry Pomeroy. It's got a pretty intense reputation, even for a country full of old, spooky castles. What is it about this particular spot that makes it stand out? I mean, are we talking about the odd cold spot, or something a bit more interactive?
Oh, Sarah, from what I've read, we're definitely talking interactive. This isn't just a maybe I felt something kind of place. People go there expecting to experience something, and often they do. Just the thought of it gives me chills, honestly.
Andrew's not wrong. And the stories here, they're not just generic ghost tales. They're deeply personal, profoundly tragic, and incredibly vivid. Let's start with perhaps its most famous resident, the White Lady. Her name is believed to be Margaret Pomeroy.
Margaret's story is heartbreaking. Legend has it she was imprisoned in the castle dungeon by her own sister, Eleanor. The motive, jealousy, over a shared love interest. Can you imagine that kind of betrayal? From your own flesh and blood?
So, sibling rivalry taken to the absolute extreme, that's a pretty dark twist for a love triangle. And she was imprisoned in the dungeon. That's a grim fate.
Indeed, some versions of the tale say she starved to death in that cold, unforgiving darkness, and now her ghost, the White Lady, is said to wander the dungeons and the towers, forever searching, forever lamenting.
I can only imagine the sorrow. When you hear about something like that, you can almost feel it. The weight of that kind of grief and loneliness trapped in those stones. It's not just a ghost story, it's a profound human tragedy.
Visitors often report a truly heavy, sorrowful atmosphere in the areas connected to her story. It's as if her despair has seeped into the very fabric of the castle. It's not an aggressive haunting, it's more of a lingering sadness that people pick up on.
It makes you wonder, if these stories are true, what keeps a spirit tethered to a place like that? Is it the injustice, the suffering, or simply the fact that their final moments were so impactful there?
I think it's all of that, Sarah. A betrayal so deep, a death so tragic, it certainly leaves an imprint. But as disturbing as the White Lady's tale is, there's another spirit at Barry Pomeroy that casts an even darker shadow. The Blue Lady.
Oh, the Blue Lady. I heard about her. She's not just sorrowful, is she? She's supposed to be genuinely dangerous.
She is. Her story is one of ultimate despair and a terrible crime. She's said to be the spirit of a noblewoman who bore a child through an incestuous relationship. In her utter desperation and shame, she allegedly killed her own baby.
That's just unfathomable, isn't it? The depths of that kind of torment. And now, she roams the castle, forever grieving, forever reliving that horrific act. But here's where it gets truly chilling. She's known to lure visitors towards dangerous areas, especially her tower. Some even say she leads them to their deaths.
Wait, so not just a sad ghost, but an actively malicious one? That's a whole different ballgame. Is there any evidence of people actually getting hurt, or is it more of a don't stand too close to the edge kind of warning?
I've read accounts where people describe feeling an irresistible urge to step forward or feeling like they're being pulled. It's not about physically shoving them, it's a psychological pull. And what really gets me, what just sends shivers down my spine, is that witnesses have reported hearing a baby crying echoing through the ruins. A baby crying. Oh man.
It's the ultimate tragic irony, isn't it? The sound of the very life she took, haunting her and those who encounter her. It adds another layer of profound sadness to her malevolence. It's a very complex and terrifying manifestation.
Absolutely. It's a ghost story that doesn't just scare you, it haunts your thoughts long after you've left the castle. The Blue Lady isn't passive, she draws you in, she plays on your emotions, and that's what makes her so uniquely terrifying. You're not just an observer, you become part of her ongoing tragedy.
So we've got sorrow and malevolence. What other specters roam these ancient stones? Anything a bit more heroic, perhaps? Or at least less likely to try and push you off a parapet?
Well, Andrew, if you're looking for drama, then Pomeroy's Leap delivers it in spades. This legend involves two knights, the Pomeroy brothers, during a siege. Rather than face capture, they allegedly rode their horses off the castle walls.
Talk about a dramatic exit. Choosing death over surrender. That's a seriously cinematic moment, isn't it? I can totally picture that in my head, horses rearing, sun glinting off armor.
It speaks to a different kind of intensity, doesn't it? Not the slow, agonizing pain of the White Lady, or the tormented madness of the Blue Lady, but a sudden, defiant act of desperation and pride, and what's reported today is equally dramatic.
Exactly. People claim to hear blood-curdling screams and the heavy impacts of bodies near the battlements, even when there's no one around. It's like the echo of their final desperate moments is replaying over and over.
So it's an auditory haunting. That's pretty specific. I mean, you can explain away a cold spot or a strange feeling, but hearing screams and impacts, that's harder to dismiss as just imagination.
Oh, it's definitely not imagination for me. If I heard that, I'd be out of there faster than those knights rode off the wall. That's a proper jump scare haunting. You feel like you're right there, witnessing it.
It adds a visceral element, doesn't it? These aren't just figures in a story, they're experiences that can be heard and felt. And the thing is, the haunting isn't confined just to the castle walls themselves.
You're absolutely right, Sarah. The creepiness starts long before you even reach the ruins. The long, wooded approach road is said to be incredibly unsettling. Visitors report feeling intensely watched as they make their way through the trees.
Oh, that's just perfect. So you don't even get a peaceful walk up. You're being stared at from the get-go. That's my kind of horror movie opening.
Is it the kind of feeling where you just get that prickle on the back of your neck, or are people actually seeing things in the woods?
Both, actually. There are frequent sightings of a dark cloaked figure in the trees along the approach, and beyond that, people experience sudden, intense panic, inexplicable cold spots, or just an overwhelming urge to turn around and flee, even before they've reached the castle entrance.
It's like the land itself is saturated with whatever energy lingers there. It's not just the ghosts inside the castle, it's a pervasive sense of unease that blankets the entire area, and modern accounts just pile on the fear factor.
Okay, so tell me, what's happening now? Because I'm always curious if these old legends are still actively manifesting, or if they're just old stories.
Oh, Tanya, they are absolutely still manifesting. People today report all sorts of activity. Phantom footsteps in empty corridors, whispering voices that seem to come from nowhere, and distant screams that echo the Pomeroy brothers' leap.
And it gets more physical, too. There are accounts of sudden choking sensations, or feeling like something is grabbing you, even when there's nothing there. It's not just auditory or visual, it's tactile.
Choking sensations? That's pretty intense. That moves beyond a spooky feeling into something genuinely threatening. Have people actually been harmed by these experiences?
Not physically harmed in terms of lasting injury, but certainly terrified and emotionally disturbed. And it's not just adults, dogs and children, often more sensitive to these things, will outright refuse to enter certain areas of the castle. They just dig their heels in and won't budge.
That's always a dead giveaway, isn't it? If the dog's not going in, I'm not going in. They sense things we can't. It's like their natural alarm system.
And perhaps one of the most intriguing and mind-bending phenomena reported are time slips. People describe brief moments where the past seems to bleed into the present, a sudden shift in the atmosphere, a fleeting glimpse of something that shouldn't be there, almost like a momentary window into another era.
Time slips? That's fascinating. So it's not just a replay of an event, but almost like you're stepping into it, or it's stepping into your reality for a moment. That's a whole different level of haunting. It implies that time itself is a bit fluid there.
Exactly. It suggests that the past isn't just history at Berry Pomeroy, it's a living, breathing, and terrifying presence. Whether it's the sorrow of the White Lady, the malevolence of the Blue Lady, the defiant scream of the Pomeroy brothers, or just that shadowy figure in the woods, this castle holds on to its stories with an iron grip.
It's like the very stones are imbued with these tragic, intense emotions. You can feel the weight of centuries of despair, betrayal, and sudden, violent ends. It's not just a haunted house, it's a haunted landscape, almost.
And the fact that it's a ruin, open to the elements, adds to that feeling. There's no escaping the raw history. It's all exposed, crumbling, and incredibly vulnerable, just like the lives that were lived and lost there.
So for anyone looking for a truly authentic, terrifying paranormal experience, Barry Pomeroy sounds like it's right up there. It's not just a legend, it's a living, breathing testament to the power of human emotion and its ability to linger.
Absolutely, Andrew. Deep in the Devon woods, Berry Pomeroy Castle stands in silence, but not in peace. From jealous sisters to grieving mothers, and knights who chose death over surrender, some say the past here never truly died. It's still watching. Thank you for joining us on this chilling journey. Until next time, stay curious and stay afraid.